Hi everyone, thanks for checking out this video. So yeah, the past couple of videos have been like pretty long and intense and like mathematical. So this one's probably just going to be like a super quick one for like a bit of a break. Yes, should be like this one. Yeah, hopefully quick and easy, and yeah, a little bit of a break after a couple possibly tough videos. So yeah, in this video, our goal is just to get the GWAS data set read into Python so that we can start working with it, basically. And yeah, just to remind you guys, this code and the data itself is available on my GitHub. I'll also put a link in the description. But yeah, it's just at this link up here, this is the repo comp bio tutorials, and then the folder in there is intro to bioinformatics, and then project 2. And then this is the Jupyter notebook, and then there's also a .py file with the same Python code, but without the notes. And then the data is in this data folder over here. And you can grab it just by clicking on it and then going to the 3 dots at top and then going to download, basically, to just download this data set. And when you download it, yeah, you should have a CSV that looks like this. I opened it up in Excel, but if you open it up in like a text editor, you'll see the same information, but just separated by commas. And again, just to briefly review, in this data set, each row tells us something about one particular SNP. And again, that's like one particular position in the DNA where we have a coordinate for it with the chromosome number and then the actual like coordinate position in the DNA. And then it tells us what the reference allele is, or the reference single letter at that DNA position. And then it tells us what the alternate allele is. And then it tells us for 100 normal people who got bit by zombies but were fine and just stayed normal. And then also 100 zombies, people who got bit by a zombie and then became zombies themselves. It tells us for each one of these SNPs, basically how many copies of the alternate allele did each person have in this SNP position. So this person, for example, had 0 copies of the alternate allele in this SNP position. So at this position, both of their chromosomes had an A at this position. They didn't have any copies of the C allele. But then, yeah, like this person had 1 copy of the alternate allele at this position, meaning their other copy must have been the reference allele. And then this person had 2 copies of the alternate allele in this position, meaning they had both of their chromosomes had a C at this position, and neither one of them had a T, basically. So basically you have that information for all of these people, and then for about like 40,000 or so SNPs. And this is actually a pretty small data set to be doing a GWAS with. But yeah, just for our educational purposes, we have about 40,000 SNPs, and then 200 people, where 100 of them are the normal phenotype and 100 are the zombie phenotype. Okay, so with that being said, should be a pretty quick video. So just go ahead and put that put this data set somewhere that your code can find it. Mine is just in a folder called data in the directory that I'm working in. And then this first block of code here is just going to be opening up this file as a CSV file, and then going through and reading in the rows one by one. And we're basically going to be saving the first 3 columns in each row in this list of lists called SNP info. And then we're going to be saving all the other columns after the first 3 columns in this list of lists called data, basically. So we can go ahead and run that. And then, yeah, the first row that we read in was just the header information. So we'll go ahead and save that in another list called samples. And then for the SNP info, another list called SNP header, and then chop it off of the SNP info and data lists, basically. Now we're going to go ahead and cast these lists of lists into NumPy arrays just to make them easier to work with, and also being mindful that everything got read in by default as a string. So for the actual data with the zeros, ones, and twos, we're going to need to cast that data to a array of ints in NumPy. They could also be floats, but since they're zeros, ones, and twos, I'll just make them ints for our purposes. Then we'll do a quick shape check and just confirm that we have, actually like 48,000 or so SNPs. So actually, I was a bit mistaken. It's actually closer to 50,000 than 40,000, like I was saying. But yeah, about like 48,000 or so SNPs, 200 columns, a column for every sample that we have, and then 3 columns for the SNP info, basically. That's these 3 columns here. Yeah, just a sanity check there. And then also just printing out some of these things, just confirming that everything looks like it makes sense, basically. Yeah, printing out that we can see all of this data that we have and that it looks like it makes sense for everything. Now, the last thing we want to do for this video is we want to get another list of the label of every sample, whether it's normal or a zombie. Because right now we have the actual sample names, which have these like underscores and then the ID numbers. But we want to do some like basic string manipulation to basically just get another list of either like normal or zombie based on the label of each sample that we have. So we'll basically just like iterate through all of our samples and do a little bit of string manipulation to basically split up each sample name by the underscore and then just save whatever's before the underscore as the sample label, basically. So yeah, we can do that and then cast to a NumPy array at the end, and then do like another sanity check, just printing out the first couple. The first 5 are all normal, but we can also print out the unique labels and see that the 2 possible labels are normal and zombie. So yeah, now we've read in all of our information into these convenient NumPy arrays, and we're ready to start working with this data now in the next video. We're ready to start actually doing this analysis, basically. Okay, so thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.